Senator Ernst.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thanks to our witnesses here today. And Mr. Lips, I'd like to start with you, please. The USDA administers a handful of the over 80 different federal programs designed to serve low-income Americans. And according to the GAO, these programs are too fragmented and overly complex for clients to navigate, for program managers and policymakers to assess program performance. What steps is the USDA taking to better coordinate with other agencies to make the safety net more cohesive?
Senator, we haven't taken significant steps since my arrival, but I will assure you that we do intend to do so, both within the 15 programs that we administer and outside of those. It is, with regard to what these reviewers have to look like, application for this program, I would say, is akin to filing a tax return. We have to look at income, deductions, expenses, and then we have additional questions of whether they're complying with work requirements. It's a very difficult processes, and we're always looking at ways to make sure that those eligible have access while we're making sure that we have integrity in the program, and it's always a difficult balance. But I think allowing programs to work across help on that. There are other agencies around the government that have access to data that we don't have at FNS that can be helpful in that, and so we hope to be working with y'all on resolving some of those in the future.
Yes, I hope so. It's a complicated area, and I think by linking many of our agencies together and nesting their skills and abilities together, not only can we better assist the Americans that need these support systems, but also stop maybe some of the fraud that might exist out there. So I would just encourage you to continue working with other agencies in those areas and also improve that coordination. Despite over 80 programs and billions of taxpayer dollars that have been spent, the federal government just oftentimes fails to address the barriers to self-sufficiency faced by those that are currently living in poverty. And just a plug for one of my bills. Earlier this year, I introduced the Empowers Act, and that is a bill that would allow states to pursue pilot projects that integrate certain programs and better address the challenges that are faced by low-income families and individuals. But that does require a lot of these agencies working together to find a better way forward. So we're always looking for efficiencies out there and ways to prevent fraud and abuse within the system. Mr. Hardin, SNAP is one of the largest benefit programs for those in need, and the OIG findings are very, very concerning. I think you've heard that over and over again from this panel. What specifically can we do as Congress, especially with the Farm Bill coming up? Are there ways that we can address these types of systems through any legislation beyond rules that might be able to address it in the agencies?
We will continue to have conversations with FNS as we go through this, but as a result of our work in the QC process, we didn't see the need, for any necessary legislative change. It was just a matter of applying the rules and regs that were already there. We do, as an OIG, if we see the need for legislative change, we do make those recommendations to agencies and have them work through their process for putting them forward. But we also make sure that we advise committees that we've made those recommendations to, but we didn't see that this time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And Mr. Chair, I would thank you for raising this attention or to our attention here at this level. Thank you for the proper oversight necessary for the program to be successful. And with that, Mr. Chair, I'll yield back my time.